Mission accomplished. They're more comfortable with the crazy setup of a group that I travel with. Giant half-orc, 2 Dragonborn and a drow. Normally, they'd probably be like, "What the hell?"
One of the guys who's probably a little, he's a little the other side of drunk. You know, he's kind of he's at that kind of rambling stage. Comes across and he sits with the 3 biggest ones there, right? So
eyebrows will go up.
Lumi and Grundak kind of sat there, and he'll come across with a beer, and he'll kind of sort of you know, try not to spill it and sit down. He'll be like, it's fortune has sent you to us. It's very lucky. A good friend of mine, Thel, he's a wood carver, a fine wood carver. He was taken outside and killed in the town square by the Red Brand ruffians. You're here. You must be here to solve our problems. And
I will look around
as if to say, yes, they're here to save our problems, aren't they? And there's a couple of people that are kind of like, you know, just
yeah. That's what I'm looking for, to see what the reaction of everybody else is.
They're like kind of no. North, shut up, boy. Sit down. He'll kind of like, no. Look at the size of this one, and he'll pat Grundag's knee. Look at the size of his legs. It's like 3 of them. And he'll look at you with like this look of adoration, like, oh, he's so big. He'll smile at you, kind of like that, really drunken. I love it.
No, oh, it's Brian.
You have a friend.
He'll sit there with next to Grundak, kind of hand on his thigh, kind of patting him, going, "So big, you're such a big one. You can help us, can't you?"
There's a sort of faint throbbing vein now in this.
He'll kind of blink. He blinks a couple of times, and he points to your axe. And there's a moment, and he sort of stands. His eyes kind of almost lose focus for a second. I've seen that axe in my dreams. It's a carver. Your brother wielded it. Your big brother. And he kind of nods sagely as if that's absolutely true. And a load of the folk around him just go, "No, sit down, old man." No. And he kind of stands there like looking imperious for a moment, as if he was once a great orator. And he'll say, "His brother carved a name with that axe. And you'll see, you'll all see." He'll kind of stagger across to another table.
Watching Grundak intently.
Yeah. I'm watching him.
Grundak's face tells a big story.
He doesn't strike me as a guy full of guile.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's like, wow, that's true. Wow,
it's absolutely true, and it's more his face is somebody could have literally written WTF across his forehead
with a couple of exclamation marks.
Yeah.
Wow.
But his one hand is gripping the haft of the axe quite tightly.
Narth, this old guy, walks towards the door, sort of a bit unsteady on his feet, and he walks out. You see him walk out not into the darkness, but you see him walk out onto the porch, and as people kind of start to turn back to their beer, there's a sound of like a thud.
I'll stand up because I don't want him walking home on his own with these idiots out there.
No. That was the sound of flesh hitting flesh. There's a thud, and the old guy tumbles down the steps. You see 3 burly humans with red bands round their arms,
stand up,
open, stood there.
Seriously, I just wanted pie.
Start walking towards him.
Right, Narth, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Oi.
The leader says, looks across at you. Doesn't actually look like that surprised by your size.
There's a Dragonborn at each of his shoulders.
Yeah, I'll have lopped in on the side.
Yeah, and there's a guy in a bar's cloak trying to weave his way through the wall of mountainous dragon and half-orc people before shit gets real.
He snorts. He's got like 3 teeth, and the rest are black. He snorts and spits on the floor. What's this? A pack of little puppies. What do you want, puppies? You come to bark at the ruffians, have you? He says with a sneer. Why don't you fuck off back into your inn? One of the other ones goes to help the old guy up. Roughly. What are you doing?
See, that kind of attitude, I can't let that go. I can't let that go.
I just can't let that go.
It's going to be just because I don't want to cause an all-out fight to start with. It's the flat of the blade, and I'm just going to go ram it right into his face.
Oh, you're going to draw your axe.
Yeah. Oh, I've got my axe in my hand anyway.
Shepherd,
remember?
This is all going to go very badly.
With my alert feat and this hypervigilance, I want to try and beat Grundak's initiative and stop that hand drawing and step in.
You can both roll. In fact, let's go to initiative, right? So roll me your initiative, everyone, please. Yeah, Medz, you get a +5 to yours, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm on basically like +9 to my roll.
You gain
constant alert.
Or alert gives you advantage. So if you roll and get a crap roll, you can roll.
11.
10.
So Matt, you're on 11.
4. You're okay.
Andy,
I got 4. 4.
Who else did we get?
17.
17 for you, man. 21 initiative for Amarakis. Mike.
Well,
Axe.
You're definitely getting good rolls. And Brorna, you're on
10.
Okay.
I think that's a JPEG. I don't think it's a roll.
It's the screen dump.
So Mike, you're at the top of the round. So what would you like to do? Amarakis.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy.
Okay.
To make my eyes crackle with lightning.
Your eyes already crackle with lightning, man.
And give myself a very deep, powerful voice.
Yep.
And just shout, "Run home."
You can make me an intimidation check.
How do you do one of those?
So
intimidation's a skill, mate.
There is an intimidation skill.
20 plus that.
Because I have it.
Your thaumaturgy. Yeah, your thaumaturgy would give you an extra 2. Let me just do an opposed roll. Let's see if they are tough enough to hold on. No, you beat them. You beat them. It's enough to sort of shake the leader, and he'll step back from you as kind of he sees lightning kind of flicker across your gaze. Be like, "What's this magic? You bring magic into our little town?"
This is the power of the gods.
Stand
Run
back.
home.
And he'll say to the others, like, "You should get the rest. We should get the rest." The other one kind of shakes his head. "No, let's just go. Let's just go." And with that, they'll back away. Medz, you're up next. They're starting to back off.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in. My hand will go to Grundak's hand, who's about to draw his axe, and I'll be stepping in front of him. And I want to use persuasion on him to try and sort of calm the situation and say, "Gentlemen, there's no need for trouble here tonight. We're just travellers from on the road, and we just want a quiet drink and a night's rest before we move on."
There's no need for trouble tonight.
Yeah, I will be using the word tonight.
Yeah. Please give me a roll.
He's telling the truth.
20. 9.
So what's my resist?
15. You can roll your charisma save for me.
Okay, so that's +2.
So d20 plus that.
Yeah.
3 plus 2. And he gets 12.
12.
Sorry. No, so he does persuade you. It's close, though. And you can see that he was probably just about ready to go berserk and kill everybody. But you managed to persuade him.
I was thinking 3 left to deal with.
Yeah.
I'll just turn around and walk back into the bar. No, I won't. I will lean down. I'll grab the collar of
North.
Nicky Naki Nu. I can't remember his name.
You go.
And drag him inside.
Drag him inside, no problem. Matt, anything from you or from Joe?
No, I'm hanging back.
So as they've stepped back, I've stepped forward. So I've kept myself in
I'm definitely keeping it at the
range.
back.
I've got my hand on my sword behind my shield, and I'll say, "Listen to him. Otherwise, it'll be a very short evening for you. I'll try intimidation.
Oh, dude, they're gone, right? So you get it. You get it. They're already shaken. So you kind of like, when you do your piece, they'll scarper off. They kind of slip down one of the sides of the buildings.
I will go out. I'll go out and watch where they go.
The guy with the black teeth and kind of three yellow teeth will kind of look back at you, and he'll be like, "Your days are numbered around here. Your days are numbered." And with that, he'll slip down the side alley.
Fan-fucking-tabulous.
You just met the ruffians.
Been here a fucking hour and a half.
Amusingly, as they leave, the innkeeper comes up with a rolling pin and stands next to you, kind of all defensive, like, "Yeah, where are they then? Where are they?" So he's looking around.
All right, scrappy do.
And there's a couple of others there's a couple of others next to him saying, "Tobler, no, you should come back inside. You know, you don't want to get in trouble." "I've had about enough of them, lads. I've had about enough of them." And he'll kind of sort of walk back inside.
And I've just left North's prone form just near the fire and gone sit back down.
You can see a shiner kind of just colouring up on his cheek where they cheap shotted him as he walked out.
It was a struggle not to breathe on them, Lumi.
I agree. Our time here is set.
I do not like these bullies.
Once again, I feel that
engage a big force, though.
Once again, I feel that fate has taken a hand in guiding us here and shown us what we must do.
Shepherd's there like, why can't we just go?
You know, there's got to be someone in charge.
There always is.
We're here to protect these people.
When you say that, Brorna, there's a kind of, you'll see a look from one of the other folk across to somebody sat at one of the corner tables. When kind of points as if like you'll see a guy in quite I'd say they're fine robes, but for you they're not. Just probably look fine robes to these people. They're kind of very average. There is a guy drunk, like unconscious drunk at the table with long slick hair and his arms like folded on the table, and a little goblet of wine that's drunk and an empty bottle next to it.
Is he like the mayor or something?
Yeah.
One bottle pussy.
Townmaster. Fast asleep, pissed out of his head. So there's a kind of, there is somebody in charge. He's right there. I don't think he's going to be doing much.
I'll be finishing off eating my pie.
You're still eating. You're so slow.
To be fair, I'm probably eating with a knife and fork actually, and
there you go.
My noble roots will come across quite strongly.
Very much so.
Yeah, you're taking far too much time fanning around with a piece of food. Is what you're doing.
You picked up the plate and kind of shoveled it all in. And went,
more or less, yeah, more or less.
I'm a bit more like,
Shepherd, can you lift the mood? It's a shame to let ruffians ruin such a beautiful evening. There was no bloodshed. We can recover the evening.
I'm assuming that fellow is the town master.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
There's a nod from a couple folks.
The drunk.
I hate to say it, but I do think we should prepare for the worst. It is entirely possible that they will come back, and what we told before, they would hate to see us killed in our sleep.
Aye. We should set watch tonight.
I agree. We should stay together.
Stay together.
Okay. Well, so at some point, not too far in, Toblen will head across and he'll say, the rooms are made up. I have 4 rooms upstairs that you're welcome to use. For a golden piece each, I'll make sure you've got bed and board here for the week. If it's okay for you to stay, there's a sort of sense of hope, as if like, if maybe it's
Yes.
I don't think we've really got much choice in the matter now.
I'll take out a gold, and pass it across. And he can stay as well. I'll point at Narv because don't think he'll be safe in his home.
Toblin will sort of smile and say, as you wish. He'll help. He'll go across and he'll help hold Narf up.
There was mention of a cleric, an elven cleric.
Mr. Garail. She's the. There's a shrine to Timora. No. She'll. To be honest, we haven't seen her in a couple of days, but or I haven't seen her, but I've been busy. So she could well be over at, at the shrine. Her place is just beside it.
Could you give me directions? I'd like to speak to you before I retire.
Yeah, it's just towards the north of town by the smithy. You can't miss it. Her house is next to the shrine. Small place.
Lumi, care to tag along?
Definitely.
We'll be back within the hour.
No worries. So while you guys go up to check out the rooms, do you want to go up and have a look, or are you happy to stay in the bar?
I'm staying in the bar.
Okay. What are you doing? Shepherd, what are you doing?
I'm going to stay here. If we all just disappear out there, I'm going to try and kind of...
Right, back into...
Like Amarakis said, try and keep the mood up and basically be crowd control.
Okay, you take the drum out.
So they don't get all tetchy and a bit nervous, and keep control of the fear.
Fantastic. You take your drum out, start playing the drum, and you start.
Tell a few light-hearted stories, sort of a few old limericks and whatnot.
Slip in a bawdy song.
A few
perhaps.
bawdy tales.
That's it.
Yes, fair enough. And what about you, Brorna? What are you doing?
Brorna's going to go and sit next to the town master and just
stare him awake.
Yeah.
When you go over and sit down, he flinches.
He's faking it.
Oh, good. You're awake. That's great news.
He sort of slurs his words like somewhat dramatically. Lady, you must be new in town, he says with a sort of blinking his eyes as if he's been asleep. Oh, goodness. Oh, I must have nodded off. Toblin, another bottle, please. There's a kind of... Yeah, I'll bring it over here. And another glass. Would you like another glass? I'm sure you would. Some nuts, maybe. He'll bring across a bowl of nuts.
Definitely need some
another
balls.
bottle. Interestingly enough, he'll pour a glass of the wine, and he'll reach to take it from in front of you, Brorna, as if like he must taste it because he's a man, and he'll sip it and go. Stuff is like vinegar. I think you can spare your finest for new arrivals. And he seems remarkably awake when he gives the kind of the insult. Toblin looks actually really hurt by it, as if like he must make that wine, and he's like, maybe it's corked. I'll check. I'll try another bottle, perhaps. He'll kind of walk across the bar, muttering and looking up at the light to see if he can see some sediment in the bottle. He'll pop another bottle and smell the cork, and he'll walk back across and pour it carefully, as if like. But he's changed that kind of resilient and angry bit to more like, oh God, is this one awful as well? And he pours it, and that's passable, perhaps, says Harbin. You can leave that bottle, thank you. Like Harbin, I'll turn to you, Brorna, and he'll smile and pour you a glass.
Thank you. I'll pour my cowl down.
Welcome to town. Phandalin is proud to have one of the drow here.
It should be.
Says with a sort of. You can see him looking towards the door a little bit, like. So, what brings you to Phandalin?
We were dropping off some provisions, but we've just had an encounter with, I don't know, some fairly unsavoury types. It seems you have a problem in your town.
No. Just lively youngsters, he says with a smile. And he reveals his teeth, which are kind of like all over the place. He's got a real kind of graveyard smile. His teeth are twisted and out of line. I said, no, they're just rambunctious.
Oh, really? So where did they come from then? Are they locals?
Yeah, well, travellers on the road, not dissimilar to yourselves, I'm sure. You mind if I ask your name?
No, not at all. My name's Brorna. I'm pleased to meet you.
Of house. Yeah, the sort of inquisitive.
Maybe for another day.
Lady Brorna of a mysterious house.
That is correct.
Smile. Well, I am Town Master Wester, and it's a great pleasure to meet one such as yourself. One of your kind. I haven't seen a drow in ages. Literally ages.
No, there's not many of us out and about. Have you lived here your whole life?
No.
And how is it you came to be in charge of this area?
Well, it's an intriguing tale.
I'd love to hear it.
But the populace love me, he says with a smile.
I can imagine.
Holds his hands to his chest as if he's so fond of them. They gave me this great and terrible burden to run their town, and I have accepted. A mere politician, he says with a smile. But it's so nice to have cosmopolitan travellers. You must be from Neverwinter, perhaps.
Yeah.
Waterdeep? Oh no, Neverwinter. Oh, you see, I'm familiar with it very well.
It must have been my accent that gave me away.
Yeah, absolutely, it was. I could tell immediately.
Shall I introduce you to some of my companions?
No, that's fine.
I'm cosmopolitan.
They look fine. They look healthy, he says with a smile. Healthy.
They are.
They are. Indeed. Yes. Very healthy.
So maybe you could show us round your townhouse and stuff. I don't know if you're in charge of places.
I'm sure I could find somebody to take you around. I have people that can do that. Yes.
You do? I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
sure
yes, I do.
Everybody would be really pleased to help you.
And in fairness, there is a job. There is a job on the Townmaster's Hall wall. You'll see it. The letters are large. Reward, it says. There's 100 golden pieces, 100 fine gold marks for you to help with the problem of orcs near Wyvern Tor to the east. Yeah, we could very much do with that help. There might only be 5 or 6 of you, but I'm sure you'd be very proficient, and it'd be a good share of wealth.
It certainly would. I'll mention it to the others.
Oh, good. Yes, and by all means, do drop by. I should probably go. I have matters of great import to attest to, of course. Please.
Yeah. You'll leave your wine behind for me as a gift, I'm sure.
There's a kind of narrowing of his eyes a little bit, like yes, and he'll pick up the glass and neck it and go, please enjoy the rest of the bottle. He smiles and kind of slides out. Has a little look.
Been an honour.
He does that classic thing where he turns to the room as if expecting everyone to go cheerio, Townmaster, and kind of bye-bye, but nobody looks. Everyone's sort of like deliberately looking the other way as he goes. Wait, no one sees him and kind of, yeah, as if like spins there, sort of walks out, and you see kind of hike up his rope and he sort of heads off. It is a small cottage, again built on an old stone foundation, a kind of modern build put atop it. There's a faint glow of a candle from deep within the place. We'll head across.
I'll tap on the door.
Tap on the door. You hear a soft, a kind of softly spoken elven voice from within. Either very tired or in some discomfort. Call to the doorway. Who's there?
I am Amarakis. My brother and I wish to speak to you.
Oh, one moment. There's a kind of a fairly long, kind of slightly longer than you were expecting wait, as somebody heads to the door. You'll see a sort of, you see in the glass, whoever it is carrying a candle. Very carefully opens the door inward. Standing there is a very attractive young woman, the classic young features of an elf with long blonde hair. She stands there in a very hastily thrown on, like, kind of cassock robe. She kind of looks at both of you, her eyes widen just slightly as she kind of takes you both in. Dragon, turn. I apologise. You caught me. A moment. I was lost. I'm sorry.
Apologise for the lateness of the hour.
We
wish to speak to you before we turn in for the night.
As you wish. She'll step to one side and wince in pain and kind of gesture inside for you to come in. Her cottage is small and quite Spartan, quite meagre in its furnishings, but what furniture is there is finely made. She'll head across to a wooden stool and very carefully sits down.
You seem in some distress. Can I offer you healing?
She sort of shakes her head. No, I'll be fine. You said you had problems, matters to talk of.
Yes, we seem to have run foul of the red ground.
There's a kind of sinking, sort of her posture kind of seems to bear down again. She nods.
I expect we'll probably do battle with them in the morning. I just wonder if you could tell us anything about them.
That brightens her demeanour substantially. You're here to stop them?
No, we were here to drop off supplies, but they appear to have picked a fight with us. I don't expect them to let us leave town easily.
Yes, we are here to stop them.
And from what we've heard,
good answer.
We wouldn't comfortably turn a blind eye to what's been going on here.
She kind of nods and makes a strange sign at her shoulder. Can you roll me religion or history, please?
Can I roll as well? I've got history.
Yeah, you can. Make a quick roll.
History +2.
Whoop. Fucking hell, 20.
You're such a hacker.
This is the opposite of what I had last week. It's 1s and 2s last week. It's been awesome tonight.
Wow. Okay.
11.
Amarakis, she makes the sign of the Harpers.
Harpers?
The Harpers are a secret organisation that aid the weak, the poor, and the oppressed. They're kind of almost a kind of Paladin-like order, and she makes the symbol of the Harpers for a moment in like kind of sign of hope.
Belong to the Harpers?
She goes a bit pale. Oh, not many folk recognise that anymore.
I mean, an academic.
She nods, looks across at Lumi, and then looks and says, "Your brother's quite a reader of books."
He is learned,
You would approve
much
of the
more so
Harpers,
than I.
You would approve of
Sort
the
of-
Harpers, wouldn't you?
It is well that you are here.
We heard about the stone carver.
I could
Wood carver.
I could do with your help, and with that, she'll kind of. It's almost like when you recognise the sign for the Harpers. She's like, "Oh, okay, I can kind of trust these people," and with that, she'll lift this kind of cassock robe very delicately, and she's dressed beneath it, but she's bloodied. She's got a nasty wound to her back where she's been stabbed in the short ribs.
Please let me heal that.
She
Tell
nods.
us the nature of it as I do so.
I'm working here in town to help, but I also have missions to complete. I just can't do both at the same time at the moment. If you were able to help me, perhaps the Harpers could, perhaps maybe one day you could become one of the Harpers.
I think I would like that.
She kind of winces in pain as the healing kind of starts to knit her wounds together.
7 on the healing roll. 7 hits.
Fantastic. She'll nod. I have a. As soon as it's healed, she'll kind of take the kind of cassock robe off that's bloodstained and put it down, and lean to one side, sort of stretching out as if like, oh, that's better. It's late to talk of this, but I could use some help with a mission a few days north of here. If you would be able to help.
I think we would. Perhaps we should deal with this red grand goblin first and then speak a bit more.
If you could, that would be fantastic.
Do they have a leader? We've had no confirmation.
She nods. Glass staff, they call him. Or glass staff, they call him, but I'm sure it's glass and staff. There's some tang of magic in the air, I can tell. They have a mage as their leader. I would stake coin on it.
How long has he been leading them? Sounds like they only got organised recently.
Not long.
Does he stay at this tavern with the sleeping giant?
I don't believe so. I think that would be too obvious. They must have a lair close to town. Word has it that one of the boys in town saw something. Carp.
The halflings, son.
Aye. How long have you been in town? She sort of says with a sort of slightly kind of surprised look. She says, maybe tomorrow it'll be too late now, but go and see Colleen Alderleaf and ask to hear Carp's tale. He tells a fine story, but I fear there's a grain of truth in it.
We have a storyteller of our own. I'll send him. He'll be able to separate truth from fiction.
That's wonderful. Unfortunately, the task I need help with involves a banshee and a spell book, and won't be easily completed. But if you can help with the ruffians, it would give us time to do something about that.
That sounds like another thing our storyteller will be interested in. I'll let you sleep. It sounds like you've had a rough day.
Thank you.
Did she tell me how she got the rune, by the way?
No.
May I ask how you received the rune?
It's kind of, there's a pause. She said, I bit off more than I could chew. Sometimes I think I can step into situations that perhaps I'm not that well equipped to deal with.
Who held the blade?
One of the ruffians.
In the few hours we've been here, we've seen an assault and a stabbing.
There's a scar that catches the corner of one eye down to his chin. He came here and insulted Timora herself. He said that he needed luck for a game of chance. Proceeded to piss on the shrine. So when I sent them all running, which I did, I was surprised to find that as they ran, I came away with blood on my hand. They stabbed me in the back while I was tackling them. I didn't even feel it. The wound was worse than I realised.
This has to end. I'll leave you to your rest.
I agree.
We'll speak tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good night, sister.
Good night. With that, she'll kind of head towards her bed.